My name's Josh, and it's really, really exciting to be on this weekend, mostly because those of you who have had the chance to meet, you're all doing such incredible, creative, exciting things, different new forms of the gospel, new forms of church, and we're going to hear some of those stories, and those stories are fun, aren't they? Aren't they? They're fun. So, shall I don't feel like you're kind of into, shall I warm you up with a good story, and let's get some people up? You ready for that? So, me and my wife and my 13-month-old son, as much as he's able to, are involved in lots of different missional community stuff. We're based in a church in North London, and one of the big things we do is a big meal that we have for a load of just the craziest people you ever met in your life, mostly homeless, loads of mental health issues, loads of addiction issues, and it's just the weirdest thing in the world. Every week I get called a lizard, or some kind of weird David Icke thing, some conspiracy theory of what's going on, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be part of. And the idea is it is as far away from a soup kitchen as it can be, that we just sit and eat with them and talk with them. What's that saying? You know, you give a man a fish, feed him for a day, introduce him to a fisher of men, and I've not made up the end, so let's see what happens. But so this guy comes along, basically in a hostel, so he'd heard from some of the other guys in the hostel that about what we were doing, and he came along and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Clearly as high as a kite, no teeth, addicted to crack. And he was like, I've moved to this area because I've been banned from the area where I live and where I was with my mum in North London for being violent and aggressive, and I don't know what's happening. So I'm like, okay, that's a good starting point. My name's Josh, nice to meet you. And just started chatting to this guy. It turns out he's really passionate about music, had done loads of stuff in the 80s, kind of managing bands, and so I was like, well, I'm actually doing a gig tonight. You should come along. So he comes along to a worship event where we're trying to mix kind of worship songs with contemporary chart, like dance music, and make it, it's just like pop worship, trying to make it sound a bit kind of newer and cultural. And this guy comes up towards the end and he's like, just starts crying. And I'm like, oh, are you okay? He's like, this is the weirdest gig I've ever been to in my life. I don't understand what's happening. Prayed for him, and the next day he turned up where we'd met the day previously, and gave us his crack pipe and was like, I don't want that anymore. And gave up smoking it. Just started this really mental journey where he's just come to sort of start experiencing and speaking about Jesus. Ryan and I have been around to his house and read through the Bible together, read different stories from John, and talked about what he thought, what was going on. He ended up now he gathers people who he was in rehab with, particularly it's like 3 Jewish ladies he was in rehab with, who he gets round and they talk about Jesus and the Bible together. And he kind of believes in a bit of everything right now. But it's fun. It's a fun story, and he's a fun guy to be around, and there's something kind of exciting in that, isn't there? You got a story?
I was just going to add on to that, and with that, now he's the guy in a position where he wants to train to be a drugs and alcohol counsellor. He wants to help people who are in his position. He's rebuilt his relationship with his mum. I get weird text messages from him saying, oh, there's this crazy documentary on quantum physics and is dark matter gods and things like that. And it's just great to have those conversations with someone who was so far away, like really as far away as you could imagine from Jesus. And now Jesus has brought him so close to him and us as a result. And it's a bit of an adventure, because these are not your conventional, this is what church should look like, right? It should look like people who are all so different. We're all so different here. We've all come from different places. This is what makes it so exciting. It's so, like we say, tribal and different. But it's unity, not uniformity, isn't it? So.